Hello, hockey fans, and welcome to NHL Draft Pros. On today's video, we're going to take a look at the top CHL prospects for the 2025 NHL Draft. Yes, the season is upon us, and let's get into some draft player analysis. I can't wait for the season to begin. And if you can, please hit that subscribe and like button. I'd really appreciate it. We are approaching 10,000 subscribers, so if you smash that subscribe button, it would really help me out. Thank you. Okay, the top 10 players from the CHL, starting off at number 1, and yes, we got poor Martone. He played for the Mississauga Steelheads last season, and he had 71 points in 60 games. Unreal. Now, Martone is a big kid with some grit to his game. He was second in scoring in Mississauga last year in his D-1 season, and modeled his game after Corey Perry and actually the Tkachuk brothers, and it is fitting the way he plays the game. Now, Martone uses his big frame to get involved in those dirty areas in front of the net and along the board, so he's not afraid of that. He also possesses leadership qualities and was captain of the stacked Canadian U18 team that won the gold. Look for him to be a top 5 pick in the 2025 NHL Draft. And you know what? He's got a good combination of passing and scoring. I'd call him more of a passer, though, to be honest with you. And you got to like that in a kid his age. So look for him to be a top 5 pick for sure. All right, number 2. And one of my personal favorites, Michael Misa from the Saginaw Spirit. And check out these numbers in his D-1 year. 75 points in 67 games. Yeah, they were a stacked team, but nevertheless, the young forward put up some monster numbers for sure. And I've had the privilege of watching Misa play with Saginaw for the past 2 seasons after being granted that exceptional status to play in the OHL early. Misa definitely has some offensive skills and can beat defenders one-on-one, but he is a team player and will dish it off given the right opportunity. If he can improve on his offensive totals this season and progress the way he should, he will be a shoo-in for a top 10 pick in this year's upcoming draft. All right, number 3. And we have our first defenseman on the list, and that is Matthew Schaefer. Now, he didn't put up that great of numbers in the OHL last year, 17 points in 56 games. He is a defenseman, but he enters the 2025 NHL draft as one of the top defensemen, if not the number 1D in this draft class, especially after an impressive U18 and Hlinka Gretzky showings for Team Canada. Now, Schaefer has some great hockey IQ and speed and put up 6 points in 5 games at the Hlinka. And although he wasn't as productive in the OHL last season, like I said, look for a big rise in production this year. I think he's going to put up some pretty nice numbers in the 24-25 campaigns. So at this point, in my opinion, he's a top 10 pick, and he should have a great season for the Erie Otters in the OHL. Now, check out these little highlights here. Check out this little move. Oh, my Lord. Yeah, he attacks the net really well. He likes to join the rush. That's one thing that Schaefer does well. So you're going to see that in some of these clips. But, yeah, I think he's going to put up some nice numbers in the upcoming season. So watch out for that. All right, number 4. We have the big power forward from the Dub, and that is Roger McQueen. Now, he had a great season in his D-1 too, 51 points in 53 games in the Dub. That is very impressive for sure. Now, he is a power forward with some skill, and like I said, listed at 6'5". It's difficult to knock him off the puck. And like I said, he tallied 51 points in 53 games, so look for him to have a dominant draft year for sure. And I think he's going to be a top 10 pick in the 2025 NHL draft class as well. So he is another player that we are going to keep an eye on this season. But check out these highlights. So look at those hands right beside the net there. And then watch this little dish right here. See that? See how he kind of waited, and then dished it off? Like, look at this. That is a great pass by Roger McQueen right there. So, yeah, he's definitely has some offensive upside, and I think he's going to have a pretty big season this year playing for Brandon, and we're going to see him soon on the draft board. So, number 4, Roger McQueen. Number 5, we move on to Erie again, and that's Malcolm Spence. And he had 62 points in 66 games in the OHL last season. Very, very good production right there. Now, he had a great D-1 season, like I said, playing for the Erie Otters in the OHL, joining his teammate Matthew Schaefer on this list. Now, Spence has a good combination of skating ability, hockey IQ, and competitiveness that you like to see in a young player, especially a draft-eligible player. He's always moving when he's on the ice and applying pressure to the opposition, I guess you could say. But he's a hard worker, and look at the skating. He's got great skating. Check this out. Look at that little goal, eh? Not too shabby. Now this one right here, I just love this. Like, he's all over the player there. He's working hard, and then he gets rewarded in the front here. Takes a couple bangs at it, but he puts it in. But it was all from that initial attack on the player right here. Look at that. Gets a good stick on him. Doesn't give up. The play goes into the corner. He goes to the front of the net, and guess what? He gets rewarded with the goal. So Malcolm Spence, he's number 5 on the list. Now, we're going to talk about some honorable mentions, and I want to go through a list here. Now, this could change. Obviously, there's going to be a bunch of players that might make the list or come off the list. But in alphabetical order here, I got Kashawn Atkinson that plays in Barrie. And then we have Caleb Desnoyers, who plays in the Q. Emile Guite, who plays in the Q as well. Cole Reshny, who had a really good Hlinka Gretzky Cup. He's on the list. And then the last is Jackson Smith. And like I said, there's a bunch of others that could make this list. Well, this will change. Obviously, it's really early. But that's my list so far for the top CHL prospects for the 2025 NHL Draft. And can you please subscribe and hit that like button? I'd really appreciate it. And we'll see you soon. Cheers.